It's tool time. It's tool time. Well, today I'm going to review this right angle drill by Milwaukee. It's got a 3/8 inch chuck. It's part of the M12 series. I'm not just going to tell you how pretty it is. I'm going to put it through some real world scenarios. I'm going to drill some holes. I'm going to dry some screws. We'll see what this thing can really do. First of all, let's talk about build quality. This thing actually looks kind of cheap. I mean, the way the color scheme is, it almost looks like a toy, but it's not cheap at all. Wherever you see this, the black stuff here, this is all rubberized coating. It actually fits really nice in your hand. It feels like you got a really solid quality tool. There's no flex or anything to it. It seems nicely made. It's got the M12 series battery. It slides in real easy. Snaps in there with a very satisfying little click. The clutch goes from 2 here, which is about 13 inch-pounds, to I believe it's around 55 inch-pounds or so, and then it's got this one little extra here for drilling, which takes the clutch out of it. It's got the LED here in front, and the clutch system on this thing is a little strange. It's different than other drills you've used, different than other drills I've used. Usually when you got a drill and you drill down, when it reaches your set torque, the clutch slips and the motor, it just slips on the thing, and you can hear it slip, you can feel it slip. This one actually, it feels like you just ran out of battery juice. I'll try and hold the spindle here. I've got it set to the lowest setting. And what it does is it turns on a little red LED in there. There you go. It just stops and then it flashes the red LED, which it's a little hard to see when the tool's up like this. I mean, you can't really see it. Would have made more sense to put it on the top of the tool or even towards the front of the tool, so when the clutch reaches your torque setting, that you can at least see when the motor stops that you're not out of juice. Well, the reason I got this thing is because I do a lot of drilling in enclosures and everything, that a lot of times it's a prototype and there's no drill holes for the circuit boards or any other relays or parts that have to go into it. And usually I'm using a big monster like this, and if you got to get into a tight area, you can't really get in there. Usually you wind up having to hold the drill at an angle, and it usually never works quite right. But with this, I can get into those areas and drill the hole a little bit straighter, is why I got this. And it was at a pretty decent price. We've got stores up here in the Midwest called Fleet Farm. I got this whole entire unit with the charger, the battery, and the case here for 109 bucks. So I figure for $109, I'll give it a shot. And I know people who have got other of this Milwaukee M12 series drills and things that use them every day in a production environment, and they've lasted for years. So actually, let's see how this thing works. I'll take it out in my other shop where I've got a lot of wood and do a lot of the woodworking, and we'll see how this holds up. Well, I decided to go ahead and start with drilling through some metal here on this reflow oven, and you can see it goes through there pretty easy. Well, I'm out in my other shop where I got some junk wood. I put together just a quick mock 2x4 wall. I'm going to see if I can break through that thing with the drill, see how well that drills. I'm going to try and make it through 2x4s using a 1-inch spade bit. That 1-inch bit should be pretty hard to push through those 2x4s, so we'll see how well this little drill does. Turn the clutch to drill, so it's on, or actually so it's off completely, and we'll start drilling. Well, I don't know how long that was. And I was actually pushing pretty hard, but you gotta admit, it went through there. She works. Try drilling some screws in. Alright, I've got a 3-inch deck screw and a square drive put into the drill. See how well this drills in. Set the clutch to about a number 4, see what that does. Wasn't enough. You gotta turn the clutch up, turn it up to 6. Well, you gotta admit the clutch works. Crank it up to 10. Enough messing around. That zipped it right in there. Now you gotta admit that baby zipped that thing right in there, no problem. Now the big question, is it worth it? Should you buy something like this? Because it's a pretty niche thing. I guess you'll know you need one if you need one. And for what it does and the low cost of this thing, I'd say yeah, if you're looking for one, get it. It seems fine to me. Now when I was drilling through with the big spade bit here, and I was going through the 2x4s, it was struggling to get in there. I mean, I had to push pretty hard to get it through, but it did drill through it. I mean, it made it through it fine for what I use it for, drilling through the, little cheap metal enclosures like the reflow oven. Absolutely works fine. Putting screws in, screwing screws in where you're having a hard time getting in there, this works great. I absolutely would recommend it. It's one of those tools that you really don't think you need it until you need it. Then it's really nice to have. Well, if you like these kind of review videos, please give it a thumbs up. And if you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe. I've got new videos out every Wednesday. And I'll see you next time.